What's up guys, it's the Hockey Radar tracking drafts and prospects, and in today's video we have another addition to my 2026 draft series, this time with Spokane Chiefs forward number 96 Mathis Preston. Preston comes in as player number 7 in this series, so make sure to check out the other 6 with top names like Gavin McKenna, Keaton Verhoff, and Ivar Stenberg all on my page now. Originally from Penticton, BC, Preston is the former 3rd overall pick by Spokane back in the 2023 WHL draft, 2 picks behind Daxon Rudolph, who will get his video soon, 1 pick before Keaton Verhoff, and 3 picks before Giants defenseman Ryan Lynn, who will also be getting featured soon. Preston is a 5'11", 176-pound forward who projects as a center/winger, although I would lean more towards a winger at the NHL level considering his current size, and he is also one of the younger prospects as he will stay 17 through the draft until July of 2026. Preston has a particular set of skills that is very useful in any top 6 as he is a scoring winger with amazing speed and energy, and as a Tampa fan myself reminds me a bit of Brandon Hagel, but with a bit more finishing ability. This past year on a strong Spokane team with the likes of Andrew Crystal and Berkeley Catton, Mathis Preston put up 23 goals, 22 assists for 45 points in 54 games as a 16-year-old rookie. This would be good for 7th in points on his team and 4th in goals, which is respectable as again, there were some very high-end players on that Spokane team who would get more of the important minutes. League-wide, Preston's rookie year would be good for 3rd in goals and 7th in points amongst WHL rookies. Following a solid regular season, Preston would explode for 9 goals and 16 points in 20 playoff games as he would come up just short of a Memorial Cup appearance, falling to Medicine Hat in 5 games in the championship series. On the international stage, Preston has represented Canada a few times and excelled as he would put up 6 goals and 7 points in 5 games for Canada White at the U17 World Hockey Challenge, picking up a gold medal back in 2024-25. Most recently, he would put up 4 goals and 7 points in 5 games for Canada at the Hlinka Gretzky Cup this summer, where he would collect a bronze medal. Despite a disappointing Hlinka result, Preston emerged as one of Canada's bright spots with a hat-trick performance against the Swiss, and being one of the best offensive players on a team that severely lacked offensive production, as he would tie Ethan Belchet's for the team lead in points. Canada had a lot of high-end names on their roster, so the fact that Preston was the one to stand out amongst the rest is extremely impressive and added a lot to his current draft stock, which is ranked around 6th or 7th in this year's draft class. Preston is returning to the Spokane Chiefs for another season, and I really like this choice instead of joining others in their switch to the NCAA. In my opinion, he does not quite have the size and physical maturity to succeed in that league, and I still think he has a lot of growth left in the WHL and a lot more to prove, like getting into the 70+ point range this season, while on the other hand, guys like McKenna and Verhoff have already reached peak point totals and understandably needed a different challenge. With the top 4 point scoring forwards on Spokane most likely not returning to the team, with the exception of maybe Berkeley Catton, there are huge shoes to fill for Preston and fellow 2026 draft eligible forward Chase Harrington on the Chiefs, and I expect Preston to take a huge step forward with an increased role and responsibility. I could see Preston putting up similar numbers to what Carter Bear did with 82 points in his draft season in the Western League, and I project Preston will put up 37 goals, 44 assists for 81 points if he plays a full 60+ game season. I'd like to see him put up closer to that 90 point range, and I think he could if Berkeley Catton comes back for the full season, but if not, I could see Spokane taking a large step back as a team with all the talent that is leaving them, and so 81 points on a weaker Chiefs team will still be a good look for Preston. Watching Preston play, what really stands out is his speed and how it allows him to get quality scoring chances. Along with decent skating and puck carrying, he easily blows by defenders and has a strong shot to put the puck in the back of the net. This allows him to take the outside and gain a step and use that to cut in on the defender and get in on net. His speed often gets him on breakaways or odd man rushes because he can beat most defensemen in a foot race. Overall, his shot is pretty good, highlighted by his goals off the rush and from the wing, as he is pretty lethal as a right shot coming down the left side. He shows some good patience as well, as he can pull up after entering the zone and look for options. Along with that, he has decent vision as he can find teammates through sticks and bodies going cross crease and giving his teammates a half open net to shoot at. One thing he is very smart at is finding space in the slot and has quick hands to snap the puck home or make moves in tight to beat the goalie. On the forecheck, he has decent puck retrieval as he has great hustle and compete level, doesn't necessarily have the size but has the energy to chase down pucks and cause turnovers. On the special teams, he got some power play time as a 16-year-old rookie and played on his left side, utilizing his solid one-timer and cross-ice passing, similar to how Viggo Bjork plays on the power play with Djurgårdens. He also got some PK time too, and he showed that he was deadly on the transition and could catch other teams too deep, using his speed to lead to breakaways and shorthanded chances. Overall, Preston has great speed and hustle, which is why I see some Brandon Hagel in him, with the way he blows past other players and finds chances in the slot, but just with a better shot on the rush, and he can be a really effective scoring winger in this league if he continues his current trajectory. Some teams who I could see be a good fit for Preston and who could snatch a top 10 pick for next year's draft, starting with the Calgary Flames. Like I mentioned in my Viggo Bjork video, I would love to see Calgary get another top 10 pick before fully starting to compete again, although with their current contracts it might be a bit hard. But with Rasmus Andersson most likely on his way out, and with the team overachieving so much last season, I think they will come back to earth and finish around the 20 to 25th place in the league, hopefully grab another top 10 pick, and I think Preston could be a solid addition to their forward core. With Brustevich, Perek, and Muse on D, I don't think they need to pick any defensemen high in the draft, and so I think Preston would be a perfect pick for their winger needs and could blossom into a great second-line right winger, along with a prospect core of Samuel Honzek, Matt Bigradine, Andrew Basha, Cullen Potter, and Cole Rezny. Again, with a huge core piece like Anderson on his way out, and potentially more like a Nazem Kadri, Calgary could really plummet this year and end up with a top 7 or top 8 pick. Next up, Columbus is another team who overachieved this past year, and realistically, I think they are still a bottom 10 team in this league. Preston could be a big pickup for them to add to a young forward core with Fantilli, Johnson, Marchenko, and Voronkov, not to mention Caden Lindstrom on the way. Many of those forwards can play multiple positions, as can Preston, and so they can have a very versatile top 6, which can allow for multiple line combinations. They have lots of playmaking and poise in those players, but could really use a speedy winger who can dish and score, and so Preston could be a huge grab for them when, in my opinion, they inevitably fall back into the 25th place range and pick up another top 9 or top 10 pick. Team number 3, the Islanders, you could really make the argument that they could be competing this year or completely fall into a rebuild. In my opinion, they should commit to this retool with the high-end prospects that they have accumulated, although whether they actually do this is a different question. Like I mentioned in my Viggo Bjork video, the Islanders are one major injury away from falling back into mediocrity that would lead them to another top 10 pick, and with some of the forwards who have the injury histories that they do, it's pretty likely that this could happen. Preston would be great for the Isles to pick up to add to their forward prospect pool with Cal Ritchie, Cole Yzerman, Danny Nelson, and Victor Eklund among others, and as much as I like Yzerman and his scoring ability, there's a high chance that he is a second to third line winger, and so maybe Preston could be their future first line right winger in a couple years. Overall, like I say in every 2026 draft video, Preston is in for a huge draft eligible season, and although Spokane most likely takes a major step back, I could see him put up a solid 80+ point year as the focal point of their offense as a 17-year-old. As of this video, in late August, I see Preston as a top 10 pick, would love to see him switch over to the NCAA in 26-27, maybe for Michigan or one of the Boston teams, and then hopefully make the jump to the show by 27-28. Preston is a great goal-scoring winger with exceptional speed, and would be a great addition to any team looking for a jump on offense. That's it now for Mathis Preston. Make sure to check out the other 2026 Draft Series videos on my channel, as well as my other content. Like and subscribe, and comment your thoughts down below and what 2026 prospect you want to see next. Stay tuned for more videos to come.